Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the South Texas High School Sports Awards, brought to you by Alice Echo News Journal and the Caller Times, in partnership with Bell Furniture.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Plus, one lucky person using the hashtags on Instagram or Twitter will receive an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight, thanks to the support from the Alice Independent School District. And we'd like to thank Buffalo Wings Company Southside for hosting the official watch party for the show. We hope you enjoy celebrating with your friends, family, and teammates. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet. And lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? The awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So let's hear from them right here on the Chevrolet Buick GMC red carpet.
And even though we're not strutting our stuff and getting the inside scoop on the live red carpet, we got pretty creative.
That's right. You guys shared your favorite moments from the past year straight from the source.
Roll it.
The most exciting moment of my high school sports career is when I hit a solo home run against our rival team, and it ended up being the only run of the game, and we walked out of there in a 1-0 win.
My most exciting moment in swim was when I placed third place at state.
The most exciting moment of my high school career was beating Aranza's pass in the third round and moving on to the regional tournament.
The most exciting moment of my high school career was when I broke 2 school records at the same meet.
Well, my favorite moment is actually a game. It was against St. Passes. I had 3 touchdowns and 3 drives, and on the first drive, I had like a 45-yard touchdown run, and then on the next drive, I had like a 50-yard touchdown pass, and then on the drive after that, I had like a 50-yard touchdown run. So that game was pretty live.
Thanks for sending those in. We love hearing your stories.
All right, let's get this party started. Back to you, Laurie and Des.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Jennifer Pena of Flower Bluff High School.
Jennifer Pena made strides as a sophomore, setting new school records in the 100 butterfly and the 100 backstroke. She was the swimmer of the meet at both the District 29 5A meet and again at the Region 8 5A meet, advancing to state in all 4 of her events, including the 200 medley relay and 400 free relay. Pena had the area's top individual finish at the Class 5A UIL State Swimming Championships, earning 6th in the 100 backstroke.
Congratulations, Jennifer. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Aiden Vargas of Toloso Midway High School.
Aiden Vargas helped the Warriors to a 5th place finish in the 200 freestyle relay at the Class 5A UIL State Swimming Championships, while also qualifying in the 200 medley relay and the 100 breaststroke. The TM senior has been one of the best individual medley swimmers in the Corpus Christi area for the last several years and has been a leader for the Warriors the last 2 seasons as the team claimed District 29 5A and Region 8 5A championships.
Congratulations, Aiden.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
Four-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true. But there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Female Golfer of the Year is Jennifer Zach of Tuloso Midway High School.
Jennifer Zach, the younger sister of former TM golf star Kelly Zach, won the District 31 4A title. She finished second in the Region 4 4A tournament and was 21st at the Class 4A state tournament, ending a successful career. The state appearance was the second for Zach as she qualified in 2019 and was also salutatorian for her class.
Congratulations, Jennifer. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Golfer of the Year is Grant Garza of Kingsville King High School.
Grant Garza helped the Brummies qualify for the Class 4A state tournament for the first time in program history as he put together one of his best rounds at the regional tournament in April. Garza had a 2-day total of 152 at the regional tournament, including a 1/73 to help the Brummies make history.
Congratulations, Grant.
Carrie Walsh Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Welcome to Alice ISD, a place where our students experience excellence. Alice ISD strives to model high expectations and build positive relationships for excellence. All of our students have the opportunity to develop creative and independent thinking and be future ready. Come join our winning team. We are Alice ISD. Experience excellence.
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh-Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists are and the South Texas Female Volleyball Player of the Year is Callie Nims of Flower Buff High School.
Callie Nims did just about everything for the Hornets this season, playing multiple positions. Nims, who was the 2018 All-South Texas MVP as a setter, was a setter again this season, but was also one of the Hornets' best hitters on a district title squad. Nims is a 4-year player for the Hornets and finished this season as the District 29 5A MVP with 182 kills, 211 digs, 29 aces, and 488 assists in 22 matches.
Congratulations, Callie.
Not all of our awards are sports-specific. There are a few that draw their lists of exceptional candidates from across the athletic spectrum. The first of those is our I Am Sport Award. This award spotlights student athletes who have taken a leadership role outside of competition, volunteering their help to improve their communities. And to present it, we have the truly amazing athlete and mental health advocate, Imani McGee-Stafford.
Imani was selected 10th overall in the 2016 WNBA draft by the Chicago Sky. But while she was a student at the University of Texas, she shared her very personal story. From the ages of 8 to 12, Imani was abused by a relative. That trauma led her to attempt to take her own life multiple times. Like so many others carrying painful secrets, she thought she was the only one. But through counseling and writing, she changed her life.
Imani has stepped away from professional sports to pursue a law degree, but nothing has stopped her from speaking out against the stigma long associated with those in need of mental health services. Her bravery has helped so many people she's never met. Much like the nominees of the I Am Sport Award, who share her passion for helping others, here she is, Imani McGee-Stafford.
And now, the Krista Spahn Health System I Am Sport Award.
Hey all you athletes out there, guess what? We all have something in common. When we practice, we get to see very clearly the fruits of our labor. Doesn't matter if it's measured in inches or seconds, pounds or points, velocity or victories, we can clearly see how we are improving. But there's so many people out there who have a hard time seeing any improvement in their day-to-day lives. Just like we are helped by coaches, teachers, teammates, and family to reach our potential in our sport, we need to help others reach their potential in life. And I am proud to see that so many of you are out there doing just that. The I Am Sport Award is our way to say thank you for all of your efforts. You are showing that high school athletes can give more to their communities than their signature win over a rival team. They can give hope.
Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists.
And the I Am Sport Award goes to Jonah Lugo of Incarnate World Academy.
Jonah Lugo showcased stellar time management to balance academics, sports, and his volunteer work throughout his high school career. This award-winning swimmer also spends time on the cross-country, soccer, and track teams for Incarnate Word Academy, where he's also a volunteer in the missions program. With missions, he has provided help and assistance through community food drives and city cleanup days. He's volunteered to help with the Learn to Swim program at school and served as a runner to deliver food to those in need. He traveled to Rome to sing for the Pope as a member of the choir at the Corpus Christi Cathedral. He signed his letter of intent in late April to attend Sterling College in Kansas. where he received scholarship funding for academics, swimming, and art.
Good job, Jonah.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here. To tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Female Tennis Player of the Year is Jenna Carr of Calallen High School.
Jenna Carr entered the 2020 tennis season thinking she might not play tennis, but she decided to stick with it, and it paid off. Carr won the Region 4-4A title in girls singles and advanced to the semifinals in the Class 4A state tournament. Carr will attend Texas A&M, where she will focus on becoming a doctor.
Congratulations, Jenna. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Tennis Player of the Year is David Avalos, Gregory Portland High School.
Junior David Avalos defeated teammate Tristan Lindley in the District 29 5A boys single final, and then earned a spot at the Class 5A state tournament when he won a playback match against Lindley at the regional tournament.
Congratulations, David.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra-marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships, and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Elizabeth Herrick of Toloso Midway High School.
Elizabeth Herrick led the Cherokees to their first regional championship after Toloso Midway moved to Class 4A due to UIL realignment. Herrick won the District 31 4A meet and was fifth at the Region 4 4A meet. Making her first appearance at the UIL state meet, Herrick finished in a time of 12 minutes, 52.2 seconds.
Congratulations, Elizabeth. Here are the honorees for the male cross-country runner of the year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Paul Snow of Port Aransas High School.
Paul Snow helped Port Aransas capture their first Class 2A State Cross Country Championship this season. His team also won the Region 4 2A Championship. Snow finished 6th overall in the Class 2A boys race, finishing the 5K course in 16 minutes, 37.5 seconds, establishing a new personal record. Snow was 3rd in the Region 4 2A meet.
Congratulations, Paul.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
One of mine for sure is playing Biggie Smalls. Cause yeah, he the truth, and also every game before we play, we pray. So I just make sure I always have a conversation with my grandma.
My pregame superstition or warm-up is envisioning the event in my mind before I go out and swim. I mentally prepare myself before I go out.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock and the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken. And legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
The world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the South Texas Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Elijah Villegas of Toluso Midway High School.
Villegas had a dream in middle school of one day making it to the state track meet. She did much more than that. As a senior, Villegas qualified for the Class 4A state meet in both of her hurdle events and came through on the big stage. Villegas surprised herself in the 100 hurdles, finishing in a school record 14.71 seconds to capture the silver medal, and followed it by winning bronze in the 300 hurdles.
Congratulations, Elijah. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Anthony Meacham of Woodsboro High School.
Anthony Meacham broke a 26-year-old UIL state meet record in the boys' Class 2A pole vault, clearing 17 feet, the best clearance, regardless of classification, at the state meet. Meacham competed in 4 events at state, including the 200, 400 relay, and earned bronze in the boys' long jump, which he competed at the same time as his record-breaking vault. For his accomplishments, Meacham was named Texas Track and Field Coaches Association Field Athlete of the Year for the state in Class A through Class 4A.
Congratulations, Anthony.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer award.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late game, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are And the South Texas Female Soccer Player of the Year is Jillian Curtis of Kalelan High School.
As Kalelan elevated its game to become a state title contender, so did Jillian Curtis. She shined the most when her team needed her, scoring 3 goals in the regional final against Wimberley, including the game winner to help Kalelan become the first Corpus Christi area school to advance to the state soccer tournament.
Congratulations, Jillian. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Soccer Player of the Year is Gonzalo Alvarez Alonso of London High School.
London soared to not only heights unseen at the school this season behind Gonzalo Alvarez Alonso, but rarefied air that Corpus Christi boys soccer teams rarely have reached in 2021. The Pirates advanced to the regional tournament, becoming the 9th Corpus Christi team to ever reach the state's Sweet 16 in boys soccer. The extremely prolific ball handler led the Pirates in goals and assists, and his technical skills made him difficult to defend. The attacking mid was named the District 29-3A MVP.
Congrats, Gonzalo.
Let's move on to a very impressive award.
And now it's time for the award for the South Texas Newcomer of the Year.
Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists. And the winner is...
Lonnie Adkissom drew high praise from Miller head football coach Justin Evans before he ever ran a route for the Buccaneers in a game. The talented sophomore lived up to the hype by producing one of the best receiving seasons in Texas high school football history. He was one of only 23 players in state history to finish with more than 1,800 yards receiving in a single season after catching 86 passes for 20 touchdowns, helping the Bucs advance to the state quarterfinals.
Congratulations, great job.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
Do you want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Desmond, I guess it goes without saying that we both have a special place in our hearts for this next award.
Is it time to talk football, Laura?
It sure is. And while we both spend a lot of our time talking college football, if you've picked up a pigskin just once in your life, you're probably familiar with our next presenter.
No doubt. He's considered by many to be one of the greatest and most accurate quarterbacks of all time. And last season, at 37 years young, he took home the MVP crown. Here presenting the awards in football is none other than Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career. Football, presented by Team Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time, those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with a Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with a fumblerooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? And the honorees are and the finalists are and the South Texas Football Player of the Year is Andrew Bodie of Roy Miller High School.
Andrew Bodie led the Buccaneers to the Class 4A Division I quarterfinals for the first time since 1963 and finished third all-time in Texas with 13,222 passing yards and 141 touchdowns. Bodie threw for more than 4,000 yards in his senior season and tossed 49 touchdowns. He also ran for more than 1,500 yards this season while scoring 27 touchdowns on the ground.
Congrats, Andrew.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Here are your honorees for the Female Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Female Wrestler of the Year is Noemi Gonzalez of King High School.
King senior Noemi Gonzalez advanced to her second consecutive state tournament after capturing district and regional titles in the 185-pound weight class. Gonzalez, who wrestled all 4 years of high school, placed fourth at the state tournament after advancing to the quarterfinal match. Gonzalez helped lead the Mustangs to district and regional titles this season. Gonzalez concluded her final season at King with a 17-2 record.
Congratulations, Noemi. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Wrestler of the Year is Jamez Ramon of Moody High School.
Moody wrestler Jamez Ramon won 3 consecutive consolation matches and placed 5th in the 120-pound weight class at this year's UIL state tournament. Ramon, a junior, has won 3 consecutive titles since joining the team as a freshman. This season, Ramon won a regional championship to lead the Trojans and was named Wrestler of the Meet. Ramon concluded the season with a 26-1 record.
Congratulations, Jamez.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
Learn from them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, you know, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
My athletic role model is Michael Phelps.
I credit my athletic success to my mom and dad for always pushing me in swimming all these years.
I credit my athletic success to my family, God, my coaches, and myself.
First and foremost, God, of course, and then my parents as well. They support me in everything I do, and I feel like they're just a big part of why I'm the athlete I am today, and then also the community that was supporting behind me.
My athletic role model would be my college softball coach, Coach Talley. She really had confidence in me when no other coach really did because of my size. I'm 5'4" and I'm a catcher, so it's really hard to pass the eye test when coaches are recruiting, but Coach T really had confidence in me, and I'm really excited to play for her.
Nothing excites us sports fans more than a spectacular play. True. From the buzzer beaters to the Hail Marys, they get us on our feet in the moment and talking about them for years to come.
Let's roll the finalists for the Play of the Year.
Play of the Year, presented by the Alice Independent School District.
Here is your winning Play of the Year.
The Cull Island Wildcats were scheduled to play a top championship team, Waco La Vega, for their third non-district game. Colton Calloway, linebacker number 44, was vigilant when it came to reading the play. He saw the hole open and immediately took the opportunity to tackle the running back on their third down before the half.
Congratulations, great job.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
The Bell Furniture Kingsville grand opening is here. To celebrate, we're kicking off our unprecedented deals to all in-store shoppers at 10 a.m. on July 3rd with free $100 gift cards, free hourly giveaways for entire furniture sets, and a $1,000 shopping spree. With deals like this, you do not want to miss out on the festivities. Get here early and shop now while supplies last. Bell Furniture, unbeatable.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame. Softball, presented by Jesse's Roofing.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there is that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Softball Player of the Year is Andrea Martinez of Bishop High School.
Andrea Martinez shined for the Badgers in their run to the program's first state softball appearance. Martinez racked up strikeouts and wins throughout the season, but it was her final victory of the season in Game 3 of the regional final series that helped push the Badgers to Austin. Martinez retired 9 straight batters at one point to help clinch a 3-1 victory at the regional championship. A junior, Martinez has more than 500 strikeouts in her career with 1 year remaining and won more than 25 games this past season.
Congratulations, Andrea.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999. Baseball, presented by Jesse's Roofing.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeathed runners scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after a big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Baseball Player of the Year is Malachi Lott of Gregory Portland High School.
Malachi Lott began the season as one of the area's top pitching prospects, and he ended it by helping Gregory Portland make some more history. Lott, a University of Houston signee, led the Wildcats in hitting with a .443 average and also had 3 home runs, 6 doubles, 8 triples, and 31 RBIs. On the mound, he was even better by finishing the season with a 12-1 record.
Congratulations, Malachi.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are South Texas Female Basketball Player of the Year is J.D. Zamora of Bishop High School.
J.D. Zamora led the District 33A co-champion Badgers to their first UIL Class 3A state semifinal appearance in program history this past season. The junior was named co-MVP of the District 33A team after averaging nearly 19 points per game. She also averaged 6.5 rebounds, 5.2 steals, and 4.4 assists. Zamora, a member of the 1,000-point scoring club, was the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches All-State and All-Region selection in Class 3A.
Congratulations, JD. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the South Texas Male Basketball Player of the Year is Joshua Chesney of London High School.
Joshua Chesney led London High School to an undefeated District 30 3A championship. It was named the district's most valuable player for the second consecutive year. The South Kent School Commit received All-Region and TABC All-State honors in the Pirates' run to their 5th consecutive district title and back-to-back regional tournament appearances. Chesney scored in double digits in all 26 games. In 15 of those contests, he scored 20-plus points and grabbed 15 rebounds. Chesney exits as London's all-time leading scorer, leading rebounder, and leading three-point shooter.
Congratulations, Joshua.
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship, and through their strength and tenacity, were able to rise above it.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for South Texas is Sylvia Ozuna of Moody High School.
Moody point guard Sylvia Ozuna didn't know what to expect when she walked onto the Ray High School gymnasium floor before a district game against Ray in December. After the opening tip, Ozuna's mindset quickly shifted from basketball to her mother Lydia, who lost her year-long battle to cancer on Sylvia's 18th birthday, just 2 days before the game. Ozuna's mother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and small cell carcinoma in November 2019. From that moment on, Ozuna dedicated every game to her mom. Ozuna said her mom attended as many games as possible before her sickness slowly took over. Even with the ongoing radiation treatment, her mom always did her best to attend games. And when she couldn't attend games, she'd watch the games on Rio Sports Live or wait for Sylvia to return home to tell her everything about the game. So after just losing her mother to the fight against cancer, her coaches didn't expect her to play in the December game against Ray. Her teammates agreed to dedicate the game to Sylvia and her mother before tip-off. Moody delivered by holding off the Texans to improve to 8-1 on the season and 3-0 in district play for the first time since 2005. And Ozuna, filled with emotion, scored 15 points to lead the Trojans. Ozuna was named to the District 29 5A first team for the second consecutive year and finished her senior year averaging 14 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals to lead the team. And now she can add another accolade to make her mom proud by being named the recipient of this year's South Texas High School Sports Courage Award.
Congratulations, Sylvia.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, Please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 2 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the South Texas Team of the Year is...
The Cullallen girls soccer team moved to Class 4A this season with lofty, never-before-reached expectations, and the Wildcats delivered. Cullallen blitzed through their new district without conceding a goal and carried the streak into the postseason, holding 18 consecutive foes scoreless behind goalkeeper Laramie Miller and a stout back line. The offensive attack with star sophomore Jillian Curtis and playmaker Kaylee Smith was just as ferocious, posting 119 goals in district. When it absolutely needed to, Cullallen stepped up, edging Bourne and Wimberley to become the first Corpus Christi area team to advance to the state soccer tournament. The Wildcats broke glass ceiling after glass ceiling to set a new standard for Corpus Christi soccer, finishing the season 23-2 and a Class 4A state runner-up.
Congratulations, ladies. Very impressive season. Now, for the Coach of the Year. Here are your honorees for the Coach of the Year. And the finalists are... The South Texas Coach of the Year is Sarah Pipkin-Love of Cullallen High School.
With Sarah Pipkin-Love's guidance, Cullallen achieved what some said couldn't be done. The Wildcats became the first soccer team in Corpus Christi history, boys or girls, to advance to the UIL state tournament and did even better, marching all the way to the state championship game. Cullallen was the most prolific scoring offense in the area and did not yield a goal in District 29 4A play, finishing their historic season 23-2. And with a bevy of returning players, the Wildcats' future looks bright under Pipkin-Love.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. Female Athlete of the Year, presented by Bell Furniture.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right. Let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Jillian Curtis, a sophomore from Cullinan High School. Kiara Hawkins, a senior from Robstown High School. Kaylee Howell, a junior from Rockport Fulton High School.
And the South Texas Female Athlete of the Year is Jillian Curtis of Cal Allen High School.
Midfielder and forward, Jillian Curtis claimed her spot as the most dangerous finisher in this part of the state, scoring 72 goals and adding 25 assists to lead the potent Wildcats attack. In Culligan's record-setting playoff run to the state championship game, she was marked by nearly every team, and she still found ways to get the ball in the back of the net. Just a sophomore, the future is bright for Culligan and Curtis.
Congratulations, Jillian.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'll say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw the Diesel some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Bell Furniture.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Andrew Bodie, a senior from Roy Miller High School. Aiden Featherby, a senior from Flower Bluff High School. Dalen Pena, a senior from Veterans Memorial High School.
And the South Texas Male Athlete of the Year is Andrew Bodie of Roy Miller High School.
Quarterback Andrew Bodie established himself as one of the all-time greats in his 4 seasons with the Buccaneers. Bodie, a Texas Southern signee, concluded his high school career with more than 13,000 passing yards and more than 140 touchdowns while leading the Bucs to the state quarterfinals for the first time since 1963. Bodie racked up more than 4,300 passing yards and more than 1,500 rushing yards his senior year and was among 10 finalists for the Mr. Texas High School Football Player of the Year award. As a junior, Bodie led Miller to the playoffs for the first time since 2013. Bodie was named MVP All-South Texas football team as a junior and was a first-team selection of the Class 4A All-State football team.
Congratulations, Andrew.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love, that love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.